I don't think we figured out who was hosting. Let's just work on the assumption it's me.
Yeah, but you want to do this thing, so you do it.
This is true. It's time. Well, it was time on Wednesday, but we're doing it now. Fuck it, let's do it live. We are going to talk over the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. Like I said, this happened Wednesday night, our time. But it was midnight for you, which fuck doing that.
Yep.
And it was pretty decent time. Well, in fairness, I went to bed about 8:30, 9 o'clock on Wednesday because I'm like, fuck this, I'm going to bed. I was like, I should probably check with you if you were keen on doing it, like talking over this, because I was just going to say fuck it and do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, that would be rude. Which wouldn't be outside the realms of normality for me, but let's face it. So I thought, hey, you got any interest? And you were like, yep, let's do it on Saturday. It's Saturday. Let's fucking do this.
Mm-hmm.
So have you been able to avoid anything?
I've not read a fucking thing about it, mate. I've literally gone off games for the last 3 weeks, so I'm clueless. I don't know. Is it even coming out this year? I don't even know that.
There were stories on The Guardian about this.
Yeah, I have not seen a damn thing about it.
Nice.
So I am completely clueless.
I have avoided as much as humanly possible.
I don't even know if it's coming out this year. I'm assuming it is because it was all published, but...
Well then, some surprises await.
So I'm not... I'll be honest with you, I don't give a rat's ass about the games because the games that they have don't really appeal to me that Nintendo have anymore. I'm really curious about the hardware though. Because that's really the thing. So if there's new games that get announced, there might be old ones or new ones. But to me, it's really I want to curious what the hardware's about. Not that I'm planning on buying this thing because I don't need to buy this thing because I've got a ROG Ally and that's my handheld gaming stuff is sorted out with that. But yeah, I am curious what the hardware's going to be. Is it better, quote unquote?
Oh, you fucking hope so.
Is it closer to what the current consoles were, even though the current consoles are 5 years old? That sort of stuff, whatever. So, yeah, I'm intrigued by that aspect of it. But yeah, in terms of games, because most games they're going to be announcing are going to come out on PC as well, if not in day and date, if not
with the exception of Nintendo stuff. Yes,
the exception with Nintendo, obviously exclusive stuff. Most of those games are going to come on other platforms as well. So
yes,
you don't need to buy a Switch full to get them, so to speak.
So the one thing that was talked about before this Direct was happened was that the rumor was there were going to be 3 waves of game releases for the Switch 2. The first wave would be launch and largely Nintendo first party.
Mm-hmm.
Holiday would be a mix of first party and bigger third party. And then the third wave would be most other things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whether or not that holds true for what they show here, who can say?
But didn't you say the rumor was true?
Did I?
That's what you said. Sorry,
No. I said assuming the rumor is true, or if the rumor is true.
Yeah, gotcha. Right.
Yeah. So yeah. How about we do this thing?
Let's switch over. So let's do that, and then we'll press play.
Mature? Oh no.
Let's see how we go.
You've accidentally repaused it.
I repaused it. God damn it. Let's see if the cursor disappears this time. There we go. Beautiful.
That looks like a shotgun shell.
That's good puzzle.
Synergy. Oh, hang on, can you pause it for 2 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
You know how with all of the Switch stuff, when they introduce something, it's take a look. Do they keep that or do they do something else? What do you reckon?
It's still a Switch 2, so yes. Why would they change that?
They go 2 hands?
I don't know. They're still going to do it because it's linked into the whole platform.
I love the click. It's great. Yoshi. That looks like a cart to me.
Okay, makes sense. Put another one of those.
Yep. Now, the announcement of the Switch 2 last year, they showed like brief footage of Mario Kart. So this was a relatively known quantity going in.
Of course, it's Mario Kart. They're going to put it on the platform.
Yeah, fucking A. Okay.
Looks like another Mario Kart.
Yeah, all this grinding. Fucking A, Mo. Oh, there's wall rides.
Wall running. Okay.
Okay. Whoa. That, the bullet bill. Oh.
Really? Okay.
In. So it's, they put mixed Tony Hawk with Mario Kart. Good to know.
World, okay.
I wonder if it's open world outside of races.
Hello everyone, I'm Koichi Kawamoto, and I'll be one of your
Why
guides
are
for today's
the
Nintendo
subtitles
Direct.
in French?
Why is it in French?
I'm the producer for Nintendo Switch 2.
I'm Takuhiro Dota, the director for Nintendo Switch 2.
And I'm Tetsuya.
Third one. Hang on, go back to that. I was going to say third one down.
Switch 2.
If we want
What you
subtitles.
just saw was Mario Kart World, launching exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. Now, what do you think this brand new Mario Kart game will be like?
A Mario Kart game.
Mario Kart, yeah. Still will be.
Yeah. What the fuck? What fucking question is that?
What are they going to do with
Mario
it?
Kart series
I mean, you change it too much. The people who bought fuckloads of Mario Kart will just like, what's this shit?
Welcome to this vast world.
Oh, they got the same voice,
Kart
dude.
races are held throughout various regions that span the globe.
Yeah, okay, but is it picked from a menu or
Depending
is
on the
it like
time of
open
day
world, like
and
Diddy Kong
weather
Racing?
conditions, the atmosphere will change.
Oh, look at that dude. Oh,
Right. Okay.
it does look open worldish. Because that didn't
And
seem
in
like
this
a race.
Mario Kart game, you can go off the racetrack and drive virtually everywhere in this world.
Okay.
Okay. How's that look? Yeah, right.
In the classic Grand Prix, race through 4 courses in a bid for first place. But don't sleep at the wheel. You'll also drive to the next course as part of the competition. With 24 drivers in each race, the most in series
Like, if you're the first one to get to the next race, does that make you like first on the grid?
It's going to be like Horizon.
Introducing
stuff,
Yeah.
Tour.
That's all very nice.
Race non-stop from one corner of the world to another.
Why does it look like Luigi's driving a tractor?
There
Oh,
are
it
multiple
kind of is.
checkpoints along the way. If you're below the placement shown when you hit a checkpoint, you'll be eliminated.
Bummer.
Can you make it all the way to the finish line? You
Okay.
can also freely drive around this vast world in free roam. By going off-road, you can explore new areas and routes. So drive wherever your heart takes you.
To what end?
You can also go for scenic drives with friends. And even take photos together at different locations. A brand new race across the entire world starts here. Mario Kart World!
Okay.
The game launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. More details about this title will be shared in an upcoming Mario Kart World Direct, so be on the lookout for more information in the future.
On the 17th of April, by all accounts.
Mario Kart World launches on the same day as Nintendo Switch 2. We'll share more details in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it.
Oh, okay.
Next, we'd like to introduce some of the new features
What's that?
of Nintendo Switch 2.
That's what the other guy said.
Yeah.
These are the Joy-Con 2 controllers for Switch 2. And on the right Joy-Con 2, we've added a new C button. Let's take a look at some new experiences it offers.
What?
I'm still ahead of all of you guys. Woo!
What exactly is she?
That was me. That was you. So quick. Oh no! Wait, no!
Nintendo Discord.
No.
Nix, I'm coming for you.
No, I'm about to get
Come on, no.
Oh.
Introducing Game Chat, a new feature for Nintendo Switch 2.
Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
You mean I can talk to people in game?
Missed you.
With this feature, you'll be able to communicate with friends and family while playing a game.
Should we follow you? Yeah.
So they finally caught up to what everyone else is.
I was gonna say, we've been doing that for fucking 20+ years.
Yes, how
While
many-
using the Game Chat
Jesus.
feature, your voice is recognized by a microphone built into the system.
Oh, I wonder how good if that microphone's worth a shit.
Jesus, I mean, that can't be
It
any
can pick
good.
up your speaking
Seriously.
voice clearly,
Nah.
even from a distance.
Look at this. Jump on here. All right, let's keep going. It's coming. Let's make a left right here. Let's make a.
When it's noisy around you, your voice will still come through clearly, letting you
I'm
chat
sorry.
with ease.
No.
Did you get hit by a bow?
Yeah, I can't
You've got-
imagine
that's-
that
You've got to
work.
prove that. You can't just say that. I'm sorry.
And you can use this feature in handheld mode too, letting you easily chat with friends
Well,
and
yeah,
family.
no fucking.
Of course he could. It's on the bloody console.
If you open the chat menu and turn on game screen
This is
share,
literally Discord.
Yeah.
There we go. There
What
we
the?
go.
Discord could
you can
screw
also
them.
share your game screen.
Did you see someone just like go on top of that dinosaur?
Really? They can do that?
Can do it? You guys, I just did it. Oh, I want to do it too.
Oh shoot! Oh! Ooh! Oh,
Yeah, because everyone I know says, "Oh shoot," when we're playing video games.
Yeah.
Okay. You can chat to your heart's content, even
Oh.
while playing different games.
Yeah. I
You
know
mean
that
like when
one.
you're
It's
using
so hard,
Discord?
right? It's tough.
Oh wow! I'm like in the sky right here.
No, but see,
Ah,
everyone's playing a
I'm falling,
different
I'm
game, but
falling,
they're all
Okay,
in
we got it.
in
We're
the
safe.
same chat, you see?
Kirby, look
Yeah.
at the star.
It's fucking fit. It's new.
Cute.
Yeah.
You can adjust the size of your game screen,
Get out of town.
Guys, I'm lost. Like,
Where'd you go?
or expand another friend's game screen.
You gotta get above that wall that's to your left.
Oh, okay.
You're almost there. It's just
Okay,
like
that's
the
a
wall.
use
Like
case
you
for
should
it,
get
I guess,
past the
to
wall.
explain how to do something to someone.
Yeah.
wall ride.
Okay.
So everyone can watch them play.
Oh, I think I know where you are. I think I know where you are. Wait.
Okay, I think we have to try. Ooh, okay.
Oh, nice.
It's weird that the most interesting thing to me out of this whole spot on this game chat shit
Oh, yo,
is the
that's
new Pro Controller, and if that's worth
On
anything.
the right Joy-Con
Yeah.
2 controller, there's an additional button. With the C button, you can pull up a chat menu.
Oh, dang.
So that's all it does. Is we let the chat
Actually,
menu.
guys,
Okay,
I got a
right.
call coming right now, so I'll be right back. Yeah. Okay. For sure.
Here, you can quickly and easily mute yourself and more. And there's this.
Uh-oh.
By connecting this camera to the system,
Hey!
Hey, what's up? Hello. Yo. Nick.
Hi, how's everyone doing? Good?
you can appear on screen and video chat while playing a game.
Your face is on here.
Wait, Nick, how was your
What would this do to network and system performance?
No.
Here's how it looks with just the camera feed.
I'm way behind, guys.
There you go.
Yeah, so there's just the camera
Can you
feed.
wait for me?
Yep.
Please look forward to games which use your camera feed like this.
I'd rather not. Fuck Mario Party.
No,
that
wait.
looks good.
Go
That
left,
looks
go
good.
left. Left,
Oh, wait,
left.
let's
You
go
fix
a little
it.
more this way.
Using Game Chat. Even when you're apart, you can play games and hang out as if you were together in the same room. Play together or compete in online multiplayer games. Chat while playing your personal favorites.
This feature would have been fantastic 5 years ago
Set
during the
your
pandy.
own rules
No,
for a
absolutely.
retro
It's
game
It's actually a pretty
competition.
neat thing what they've done.
Or
Oh, yeah.
hold a sports
But to build it in at a
competition
console
between
level,
families.
Yeah, like they do it at the console.
but does it?
All together,
I'm
anytime,
like
anywhere. Game Chat.
the The overhead of it is concerning.
What did you think?
As you were asking about before.
In developing
Like
Game Chat,
the
our goal was for you
performance
to
on the
enjoy
machine
playing
to
online
process the
with others
video
more
stuff,
closely.
like because that's basically broadcast, like
Almost
NVIDIA
as if
broadcast.
They're all playing together in the same
So
place.
removing that background shit is not intensive.
The camera you saw in the trailer is the Nintendo Switch 2 camera,
Get out of town.
which will be available on the same day as Switch 2.
I like how they're being very
A
specific
Nintendo Switch
not to
Online
say,
membership
of
will
course,
be required to use Game
they're
Chat.
being very specific not to say anything about the release
Since
date.
we'd like as many
Yeah.
people as possible to experience Game Chat, it will be available without a membership for a limited time. We hope you'll try it out.
Oh, right. I was like, March 31st. That was fucking
Additionally,
2 weeks ago.
Game Chat
Or a week
supports
ago.
the Nintendo Switch Parental Controls app.
I was, yeah, I
Different
didn't.
settings can be adjusted. For example, whether parental permission is always required when a child wants to use Game Chat to play with their friends.
And then the kid figures
We'd
out
like
how
to
to hack
introduce
that. We'll
another
get
new
into it.
experience you can share with family and friends. On Nintendo Switch, even if you just have one game, you can pass a Joy-Con controller to a friend and play together. But on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play together locally on multiple systems using just one game, with GameShare. As shown here, even games that require multiple screens can be played if one person owns a compatible game.
Wait, what fucking version of Uno is
You
that?
can temporarily
Yeah,
share
no idea.
compatible games with others
looks
who
rad!
also have
Wait.
a Nintendo Switch 2
Last
or
card.
a Nintendo Switch system. You can share a game with up to 3 other systems at a time. GameShare also supports online play with other Switch 2 systems, and you can use it with friends via Game Chat, which we showed earlier. GameShare can only be used with compatible games. This feature is planned for several titles, starting with a free update for Clubhouse Games 51 Worldwide Classics on Nintendo
It'll be that
Switch.
in there.
GameShare
It's just a
support is
non-licensed
also planned for
version.
select games exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2, so we hope you'll look
So
forward to it.
they're doing the family sharing like
next.
Valve does.
We'd like to show you the Nintendo
Oh,
Switch
effect
2
added.
system
Fuck.
itself.
Please take a look.
At 7.9
Here's the part you're
inches,
interested in.
Switch 2 has a bigger built-in screen. Here's how that compares to Nintendo Switch.
That's a big change.
The
yeah.
system's thickness remains the same.
So battery life has got to be an issue then.
Oh, yeah.
With approximately double the pixels compared to Switch, you can enjoy games in greater detail on the 1080p screen.
What the fuck?
That was not exactly the biggest thing to.
Yeah, that didn't look great.
No.
The
So
screen
1080,
supports up to
120.
120 frames per
Fuck.
second, allowing for smoother
Yeah, but their
gameplay
games
in
aren't that
supported
intensive,
titles.
Seriously.
Yeah, that is true.
The
They moved away
LCD
from
screen is
OLED.
more vivid and supports HDR, providing more contrast between light and dark areas of the images.
Interesting. This has been rumored
All
for
new
fucking years
Joy-Con
at this
2
point.
controllers connect magnetically. Strong magnets keep the controllers firmly attached to the system. Detach your controller easily by pressing the release button on the back.
Yeah, okay.
The SL and SR buttons are bigger for greater comfort and control when playing with a Joy-Con 2 held horizontally.
No, thank you.
The left and right sticks are now larger.
Okay. This is the other one
Each
that's
Joy-Con
removed,
2
wasn't it?
controller can be used as a mouse to play with compatible games. Both
Oh,
the
so you
left
use
and
the-
right Joy-Con 2
okay.
support mouse controls.
I'm really curious how that's going to
By
work.
adjusting the audio
balance.
balance between the ranges,
Or what games are
sounds
going
from
to
the
use it?
Does
built-in
that mean you can
speakers
start
are
doing
clearer
RTSs on
and
Switch,
more
you've got that
natural
thing
in
with the
handheld
mouse.
and
Maybe that's
tabletop
supposed to be.
modes. It has a built-in microphone, so you can voice chat with friends
That mic is
anytime
so
via
small.
Game Chat.
Yeah, and it
It
like
also
Can't see
uses
how-
What is
voice
it
canceling
in-
technology
Like,
to
what's
filter
the tech of it?
sounds,
I mean,
so your
is it
voice will
cardioid
come
or some
through
shit like
clearly.
that, or
Yeah.
what?
How really good is it going to be?
Even if you don't have a surround sound system, games can be enjoyed with more immersive, three-dimensional sound, as if it were coming from all around you.
Which has been done for about at least 10 years in other sports. I don't know what that proved.
Place your Nintendo Switch 2 however you like with a large,
improved stand?
sturdy
Is that
stand.
it?
you can move it freely.
Yeah, that
like this.
first stand was a fucking piece of shit.
Exactly.
In addition to the USB-C port found on the bottom of the system, there's one on top as well.
Headphones.
It's handy for connecting a USB-C
All
camera
that.
or charging in tabletop mode.
Oh.
So is there no dock
Does the
anymore?
charger come with it?
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch 2 comes with 256 gigabytes of internal storage, 8 times that of Nintendo Switch, for storing your game downloads, save data, and more. Reading and writing data is also faster.
It didn't look that fast.
Let's go to the dock.
Use the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to connect to your TV and enable up to 4K resolution for compatible
So
games.
It's really got to be upscaling it.
HDR is
I
also
was going to say, is
supported
there shit in the
TV
dock
mode.
for that, or is it just upscale?
Has to be upscaled.
Maybe they do have something
Nintendo
running
Switch
it
2
if they've got a
dock has
cool
built-in
fan in it.
fan that
It's gotta
keeps
have
your
something
system
in there.
cool. This helps.
Because you
keep
can get
performance
like
stable.
graphics cards, docks, and shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On Nintendo Switch 2, you can play Nintendo Switch 2
That
games.
thing down the
as
bottom
well as
doesn't really bode
compatible
well.
Nintendo Switch games. Physical and digital
I
games
think
are
it's just saying
supported.
it's not every feature's going to be supported would be nice.
Yeah.
Rather than the game will play, but not every feature of the Switch 2 will be playable, applicable to an older game.
Mm.
As you just saw, Nintendo Switch 2 isn't simply an improved Nintendo Switch.
It isn't?
We redesigned the system from the ground up and packed in lots of new gameplay features. And to help players better understand the Switch 2 hardware, we're currently developing this game.
Ooh.
Mr. Kawamoto!
Hello. My current location is actually inside the game itself. This is Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour,
What the fuck?
exclusive to Nintendo Switch 2.
Are they doing like that desk thing that Valve did for the Steam Deck?
Yeah.
I'm standing over here.
Oh, there you
Okay, everyone, join me inside the game. There are a lot of question mark icons here. Let's
are. Or
examine
is this
them.
basically Astrobot?
Yeah, it's basically that is.
This sign reads, "Where are the magnets?" The Joy-Con 2 controllers attached to the system with magnets.
Don't
And those
magnets fuck up like
magnets are
SD
inside
cards
the
and shit?
system. The SL and SR
not
buttons
SD
on the
cards, I
Joy-Con
wouldn't.
2
No,
are made
they're
of
not.
metal,
Actual hard drives.
so that's
yes.
how they attach to the system.
Yeah. But
SD cards
alright.
aren't.
A magnetic circuit is formed between them,
they're
so
not
they
the
won't
same, so
easily
they-
detach.
oh, not magnetic platters spinning and shit. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Through examining signs like these, you can discover all sorts of secrets about Nintendo Switch 2. Another example, the Joy-Con 2 controllers have mouse controls. And when combined with the gyroscopes, you can even do something like this.
Okay, that's pretty neat.
You can adjust the position of the
Oh,
golf
what
club
the
and aim
fuck?
for the cup by rotating the Joy-Con 2. By
that'd
combining
make-
the mouse controls and
that'd be
gyroscopes,
awful
things
to
like
play.
this are possible.
I mean, like,
There are
you'd have to
secrets to
find the
discover,
right
even as you're playing minigames
situation,
and tech
surface,
demos.
and everything, but it's still pretty neat.
It's a neat
Some of
thing,
the
but
secrets
I wouldn't
range
play
from
it
the
that way,
unique
but if
features of the
had a
system
Oh,
choice-
fuck no.
to tiny details you might not notice until they're pointed out.
Oh, HD Rumble's back.
Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will launch as a paid digital game on the same day
Oh,
as
fuck
Nintendo
you.
Switch
Fuck
2.
off.
So please check it
Hey,
out if you're
What
interested.
the fuck?
Why would you make people pay for
Now,
that?
Playroom
I'd
was
like to
free
share
and
some
Playroom
more
was
information
fucking rad.
regarding Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh, you motherfuckers.
This is the game card for Nintendo Switch 2 titles. It's the same shape as Nintendo Switch game cards, but it's now red and it has much faster data reading speeds.
I hope so.
Next up is additional storage. Switch 2 will only work with micro SD express cards. They're a
Oh.
different type of SD card and will make high-speed data transfers
Oh, they're the
possible.
really small ones.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Which the Switch
Please
1 had
note,
micros,
the
I
regular
think.
micro SD cards used for Nintendo Switch will not be compatible.
So these must be semi-SSD
Additionally,
then.
to transfer data from Switch to Switch 2, you can log into your Nintendo account to use the System Transfer feature. With this feature, you can transfer save data, digital games, and more. We're also releasing a new Pro Controller. It has a C button, which launches Game Chat, and on the back, there are new GL and GR buttons.
Oh,
which you
okay,
can
they're putting
use to
paddles on it.
assign existing button controls. In addition, an audio jack has been added.
That's
We've
nothing.
introduced
bro.
a few new features, and after today's presentation, the official Nintendo Switch 2 website will go live. There will
I wonder
also
if they
be an
fixed the
Ask
D-pad and shit
Developer
on that
article
Pro
on the
Controller, 'cause
website,
apparently it
where
was a
the three of
squishy
us
piece of
will
shit.
talk about the development of Nintendo Switch 2. We hope you'll check that out as well.
And now, the Nintendo Switch 2 launch date. Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th. We're very much looking forward to the day when you all get to experience it, so please wait just a bit longer.
Are we gonna do pricing?
Now, broadly speaking, on Nintendo Switch 2, you can play 3 types of games. The first
Video
type
games.
is Nintendo Switch 2 games. These games take advantage of the performance and features of Switch 2.
That open world shit looks pretty
The
neat.
second type is compatible games that were released on Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games are the third type. Some games that were released on Switch will receive upgraded versions that offer things like improved visuals, unique ways to play on Switch 2, and more. Now, I'd like to show you the Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Super Mario Party Jamboree. Please take a look.
It's Mario Party, so
Super Mario Party Jamboree is getting an upgrade on Nintendo Switch 2. The upgrade expands on the base game and adds new features, including mouse controls,
Oh, fuck doing that in a Mario Party.
audio recognition, more expressive rumble,
Okay, that's pretty neat.
and gameplay that uses a camera accessory.
Do they talk about the internals at all?
Which can be accessed
Or
on
do they
Switch
assume
2.
people aren't smart enough?
Let's check out 3
target
new
audience for
and
this thing.
updated modes.
Yeah.
I'd be curious
First
to know
up
what's
is Mario Party mode.
Hmm.
With a single camera, up to 4 players can join the festivities. You'll be able to see each other's faces as you play, so you can experience all the reactions.
Ew, that dude looks like a crate.
in real
Yeah,
time.
very much so.
Or
What the hell?
the party online. Up next, it's Bowser Live, a mode where the livelier team wins. Bowser will bring you on stage 2.
They just say
Hit
livelier
blocks to
team.
collect the most coins. Guide an RC car with your voice. Go! And compete in other mini games using full body movement and sound. Finally, take a ride on the mouse-controlled carnival coaster.
So the cameras are
With
connect.
the safety bar lowered and secured,
Must be.
you're off. Use mouse controls to shoot down enemies while you feel the bumps and rumbles of the coaster.
The surfacing on that mouse,
When you enter a pipe, a mini-game will begin. There's a bouldering game where 2 players
hey, it's
each
Astro.
control an arm.
Yeah.
And one where you shake a can of spray paint and quickly tag objects.
that'll get banned in
When the
Australia
flow is
because
into
Australians don't like
mini-games,
graffiti.
How quickly can you reach the station? From mini-games that use a camera, the built-in microphone, mouse controls, and rumble, the biggest party yet is getting even bigger. Super Mario Party Jamboree, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition,
Not available in
plus
all
Jamboree
countries.
TV,
Awesome.
launches on Nintendo Switch 2, July 24th.
They can't even get this thing
Nintendo
for
Switch
launch?
2
What the fuck?
players who already own Super Mario Party Jamboree can upgrade to Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus Jamboree TV by purchasing an upgrade pack.
So technically they're treating Jamboree
Please look
TV as
forward
like a
to a new
DLC.
Mario Party experience, where you can see each other's reactions while playing. Let's continue presenting some more Nintendo Switch 2 Edition games. Nintendo Switch 2 Edition.
These are 2 games that can really benefit from more power.
And The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom feature enhanced resolution and frame rates, and also support HDR, which makes the image more vibrant, so you can play with smoother, higher definition graphics. Plus, you can get even more out of your adventures in Hyrule using Zelda Notes. This new feature can be accessed via the Nintendo Switch app on smart devices. It's a game-specific service that's exclusive to the Switch 2 editions of these titles.
Okay, I thought it was literally just going to be anything like notes on.
Guide you to various locations, like
Okay.
shrines and Koroks you haven't found yet.
This is interesting. This is the stuff that the
Proceed
what was the
north.
name of the Xbox app?
Smart Glass.
Yeah, that thing was doing this sort of stuff, like in-game
Ooh.
maps and stuff. that
You
do
can
in
share
the-
your
like,
creations using
link
QR
Okay.
codes
Yeah,
and
it's a
send
lot
them
of
to
really
another
neat stuff.
player to create
Like
in
that's
their
back in the 360 day when they were doing that, so they've only
Yeah.
just so
And it just ended up being too much effort, and they really haven't really done it again.
yeah. Just, no
Well.
other game really took advantage of it. So
Yeah.
We hope
Nintendo
these
always
features
like
will
fucking
make your
10 years
adventures
behind.
even more enjoyable.
The name though, it just makes it seem like you just
Yeah,
give me a
you
Zelda
just copy-
exclusive version of Notes
yeah,
on your phone.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Starcross
In
World!
Forgotten Land, you'll be able to enjoy an additional story exclusive to the Nintendo Switch 2 edition, along with
Okay.
improved graphics and frame rates.
As long as I can take my save over.
This story takes place in the Forgotten Land after being struck by a powerful meteor that's causing some
Oh, no.
mysterious changes. We hope you're looking forward to Kirby's new adventure.
Oh, fuck yeah, Kirby's great. Oh, that looks pretty
Metroid
rad, to be
Prime
honest.
4 Beyond will have both a Nintendo Switch and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition.
Of course I'm fucking with.
I was actually looking. They just said it's getting a Nintendo Switch and
In addition
Yeah,
to
so
standard
it's not
the
getting
Switch
you
2...
can use mouse
Sorry,
it's not
controls
getting a
for
dedicated
intuitive
version for Switch
gameplay
2.
on Switch
Yeah.
2.
They did a Switch Direct, not
Plus,
last
you
week,
can
just gone the
explore
week
the
before,
immersive
and they
world in
showed a bunch
4K
of
at 60
Metroid
frames per
Prime 4.
second. Or enjoy smoother action
Which-
in full HD.
Oh,
God.
no,
They're
they're doing
doing
quality
that.
performance.
God.
Choose from
Fuck,
these
although
games,
120
both of which
They
support
can't even
HDR,
do guarantee
based on
their
your
performance. They're
preference
doing
and
that as
play
well.
style.
My lord.
1080 60 in handheld.
Plus, Pokemon Legends ZA, which is scheduled to launch later this year,
This was also in
will
that
not only
Switch
receive a Nintendo
Direct last
Switch
week,
version,
week
but a
before,
Nintendo
whatever.
Switch 2 edition as well.
I skipped through both of those though because I don't give
Taking
a fuck.
advantage of the power of Switch 2, you can enjoy your adventure in Lumio City with enhanced resolution and frame rates.
They were given the frame rate of the last Pokemon game on Switch, which was fucked.
The Nintendo Switch 2 edition games you just saw will be available as both physical and digital versions. And if you already own the Nintendo Switch version of a game, you can play the Nintendo Switch 2 edition by purchasing an upgrade pack.
For Mario Party and
Hope you're
Kirby, that
looking
makes
forward
sense
to
because they're
these
DLC.
Nintendo Switch 2
as well.
edition games.
Zelda, not so much.
Next, I'd like to introduce a brand new game featuring mouse controls with the Joy-Con 2 controllers.
Doom the Dark Ages. Let's go.
Please take a look.
Some sort of DJ game. Nope.
What the fuck?
What the hell? What's this Rocket League just
Wheelchair Basketball Rocket League.
Rocket League? Yeah.
Have
Drag. Cross
Drag
drive?
X Drive.
Drag cross drive. Drag X drive.
Or just Drag Drive.
Mm.
This is not something I'd want to do in a multiplayer setting.
No.
Oh. Also, if it's not like wheelchair basketball where you can just fuck each other up and crash into each other, what's the point? Okay.
Do you have a miss shot?
You'd have to. Well, that dude did. There was a dude in the background did a jump on a 360.
Okay.
So there's decimals on the scores. Oh, fucking hell. That's probably a launch window, if not.
In Drag and Drive, you'll use both Joy-Con 2 controllers as mice to intuitively pull off various moves.
Did he say drag and drive?
I think
We
so,
hope
he
you're
said.
looking forward to a new twist on 3-on-3 matches using dual mouse controls.
Can't say that I am, sir.
Next, here are some games from our publishing and development partners coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay. What do you got?
Bit of third-party stuff.
I have long observed the lands between.
No, Elden Ring.
Really? Oh, God.
This world
Yeah.
is in dire need of
Fair,
repair.
fair enough. Okay.
You can see them
But
conquered.
you should now have the grunt to play them, shouldn't it? So you
The
should see
rays of
more of this,
grace.
You'd think so.
more of this other stuff coming across.
Well, if they don't, they done fucked up because this is not a game you want to have frame rate issues in. Check it out, it's my horse.
I have no doubt you will become Elden Lord.
I already did that.
May you take the throne.
Tarnished edition. Okay.
So I accidentally stumbled across headline for that.
Hey, I'm Greg Kasavin from Super
Whoa!
Games. Here to say that Hades 2 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Our
Of course
first ever sequel introduces the Princess of the Dead, an
That
immortal
was
witch out to vanquish
Hades
the
is
sinister
apparently a
titan of
really
time.
good Switch game.
You'll battle beyond the underworld to the ends of the earth.
Yeah, apparently that Tarnished edition has some Dark Souls 2
in a story
costumes
that
and
reacts
you
to
can
your
customize the
every
horse.
setback and victory. It's the kind of game you can quickly pick up and play whether you're experienced with the original or not. Look for more about Hades 2 later this year.
Okay.
皆さんこんにちは、カプコンの中山です。我々がお届けするタイトルはストリートファイタ
No,
ー
that's
6
right.
です。本体を持ち寄っての対戦はもちろん、任天堂スイッチ2だけの新モードもあります。
Oh, get fucked. There is no way in fuck I want to play this game on a fucking Switch Joy-Con.
Gears 1, 2 ファイターズエディションの2バージョン。さらにゲームと連動するアミーボとアミーボカードも一緒にスイッチ2の発売日にお届けします。楽しみに。
Alright. At first I was like, fuck yeah! For the amiibo, and I'm like,
Arsenal boot sequence. Weapon safety mechanism confirmed. All operate at normal levels. Testing data link with spine. Normal. Commencing launch.
After 2 long wars where our freedom was restricted, we will finally be liberated from humans.
I think this is Mecha Break. Or is it Xenoblade Chronicles?
Money. I'm for sale, and you're buying.
Rebels! Thanks for the warm welcome!
Oh, this is animated as fuck.
Planet will be ours.
The Sovereign Axiom, the Trinitas, has almost completed a weapon that was created to destroy all humanity.
No! Because we're in the middle
This
of
looks
a war.
alright.
Don't you get it?
I won't just stop you. I'll tear you apart!
I mean, take the anime out of it. Oh, yeah, of course, this. It's a sequel or an add-on for that.
Hey, this is Joseph Fares from Hazelight. I'm super excited for Split Fiction to come to Nintendo Switch 2. The game is a story about friendship. You play as Mio, who writes sci-fi, and Zoe, who writes fantasy. Together, they get trapped in their own stories, and it's up to you and a friend to help them break free.
This is the ideal game.
Let me tell you this,
console.
if you like It Takes Two, you're gonna love this one, trust me.
I
Of
wouldn't buy
course,
it specifically
you'll
to
be
play
able
this game,
to play
but you
Split
could.
Fiction on the day Switch 2 launches.
Yeah, okay, so they're going to be ready on launch.
At EA Sports, we're bringing fans together across the world, both on the pitch and on the gridiron. We're excited.
Madden wasn't on the Switch, was it?
FC will be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Madden
FC
will
might
also
have
be
been.
arriving on the Nintendo platform. EA Sports.
EA
It's in the game.
FC Switch.
Hi, I'm Alan Tu from
Yeah,
Avalanche Software.
FC24 is on the Switch.
We're bringing Hogwarts Legacy to Nintendo Switch 2. With enhanced graphics and seamless world transitions, you'll be
Fuck
immersed in
J.K.
a
Rowling.
wizarding world like never before. And the new mouse controls on Switch 2 give you even more ways to experience the adventure. Discover the enhanced magic when Hogwarts Legacy launches on the same day as Switch 2.
I like how they weren't even told when it launches, so they have to rely on playing that. Oh, I don't know how I feel about this pack. So, did you ever play Tony Hawk's 4? Sorry?
No.
So, it was pretty open world, and you go up to people and initiate the challenge from there, but they're taking that out and just going 2-minute challenges on 4. But these are levels that I don't recognize from 3 or 4. Oh, okay, that's why, because it's new. Alright, okay. Nah, you've just sold me on it again.
Hello, this is Christian Elverdam from IO Interactive. We are bringing our flagship title, Hitman World of Assassination, to Nintendo Switch.
Jesus Christ, how many subtitles do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
As the best assassin in the trade, Agent 47 does
If that's what it
everything
looks like on the Switch too, then that fucking thing's way more powerful than I
each
thought.
mission progresses will vary depending on the player's imagination.
Pre-rendered videos don't mean shit.
Our ever-expanding game will release on the same day as Switch 2.
Fuck yeah.
Plus, we are
I'm not
excited
patient enough to
bring
play that
another
game, but
familiar
fuck, it's
agent
great.
to the platform.
Wait, what? Oh, it's the James Bond game. They've been working on it for ages, but I think this is one of the first times they've actually shown anything for it. Yeah.
James Bond. The world's favorite spy is coming to Nintendo Switch 2, so stay tuned.
I thought he was about to say a year at least. Fuck.
Ain't gonna be this year. Ain't gonna be next year.
No!
It's reborn.
Music composed by Revo.
Bravely Default returns, remastered in high definition.
I think this is that Suikoden package. Oh no, it's probably Bravely Default.
Turn-based battles. Change and customize jobs to build out your very own party.
Wow.
Enjoy your adventure with upgraded features and enhancements. And all new minigames with unique ways to play. Square Enix presents the classic fantasy RPG, Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Set foot in Luxembourg as a warrior of light once more.
I don't know if you can call Bravely Default a classic. Oh, hello. God, I want to get into these games, but they're so fucking... God damn it.
龍が如くゼロ誓いの場所ディレクターズカットです1988年東京と大阪2つの歓楽街を舞台に土地を巡る争奪戦が勃発伝説の始まりを追加シーンとともにお楽しみください
So are they bringing this director's cut to the other versions of Yakuza 0?
今後のシリーズ展開にもぜひご期待ください
You're not going to find that on here. You have to go look it up after.
We'll have more games to show from our publishing and development partners. But for now, we'd like to show a game being developed in collaboration with Nintendo. Please take a look.
In collaboration with Nintendo? What do you mean in collaboration? You are Nintendo.
Koei Tecmo. Oh, probably Ninja Gaiden. AAA Game Studio. That's great. Director's cut's a time exclusive.
Descended from the heavens. Joined hands with the Hylians, who dwelled on the surface. Their union led to a great
Is this a
and
fucking
prosperous
another
kingdom.
Zelda Muso game?
But in time, a terrible evil arose.
Ganon?
A war was fought to vanquish this evil. One which future
Is that a Tear of the
generations would
Kingdom?
call
It's got the art style, wasn't it?
The imprisoning war.
Yeah, they've Koei's already done. It's like Dynasty Warriors, but Zelda.
Have traveled back in time.
Wait, is it?
So that's Hyrule Castle? Then that must
this
mean
is
this
story. I thought
really
it-
is the past.
So this is between Breath of the Wild and... What?
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought it was. It's Dynasty Warriors, but Zelda, but it does a story between Tears of the Kingdom. Sorry, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay.
Because they did that Zelda Dynasty Warriors style game a couple of years. I think it was called Hyrule Heroes or Hyrule Warriors or some shit. They did it on Switch like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe even longer. Time has ceased having. There we go, Hyrule Warriors. Yeah, sounds about right. There you go.
That was Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. It's being developed by Koei Tecmo Games with support from Nintendo. We hope you're
No,
looking
that
forward
Zelda
to
looks
the
wrong.
untold story of the Imprisoning War, which took place in Hyrule long ago.
And now, some news about Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, yeah?
You can continue to enjoy Nintendo Switch Online on Switch 2.
I hope so.
Oh, shit.
And with Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you can enjoy a new membership benefit exclusively on Switch 2. Please take a look at this.
Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack will be getting a new classic game library exclusive
Fuck that
to
controller.
Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo
I hate that
GameCube,
piece of shit.
Originally released in 2001. Here are the titles that will be available at launch.
Nintendo Switch
A Legend
Online
of
being
Zelda
called
game
Nintendo
that
Classics.
Looks like a cartoon come to life through cell shading. Controlling the wind.
You already have a better version of this on the Wii U.
Link sets sail on an adventure across the Great Sea. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. Transcending history and the world, a tale of souls and swords eternally retold.
I think this might be the only modern way to play Soul Calibur 2.
Equipped with a different weapon, and Link from the Legend of Zelda series enters the fray. Soul Calibur 2. Experience a world of white-knuckle racing at speeds over 2,000 kilometers per hour. 30 machines.
I've heard this game is an
all on the line
absolute
in death-defying
motherfucker,
races.
difficulty-wise.
Featuring the series' first machine customization and story mode, get ready to experience F-Zero GX.
Maybe it was F-Zero X that was
In
the
games
fuck
that
one.
support multiplayer, up to 4 can play together locally or online.
Okay.
Enjoy these classic games with clearer image quality and higher resolution than the original releases.
So are they tidying them
You
up,
could
or is
also
it just
check the
natural?
controls for each title and
the game that's 20
customize
years
them
old,
to
you want
your
the
liking.
thing to
Yeah, if they just like look like that fucking muddy ass shit from those days. Mario Strikers, fuck yeah! I'd play that.
Nintendo GameCube, Nintendo Classics, the Switch 2 exclusive game library coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack launches the same day as the hardware's release.
God, that was a mouthful, wasn't it?
And a dedicated controller designed after the original GameCube controller will also be released.
I thought
It can connect.
I thought we
wirelessly.
left this nightmare.
It
Well,
also
no,
has a C button to quickly access
Smash
Game Chat.
players really love this fucking thing.
The Nintendo GameCube controller, exclusively available for Nintendo Switch Online members, will also be available the same day as Nintendo
I mean, Smash
Switch
players
2.
are already mentally deranged anyway.
Whether you're familiar with the games or haven't played them before, we hope you're looking forward to Nintendo GameCube.
Soul Calibur 2 is a really weird one to try and like go, yo, check
you
this
can
shit.
continue to play select games from the systems shown here on Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, let's see some more games from our publishing and development partners.
Oh, where's the... Oh, right. I was like... So this is the thing from the dude who made, what was that fucking... Remember that indie game? Undertale. I think I played the first chapter of that and I didn't really... Oh, I don't think I liked it as much. Maybe. No, I don't actually. No. I did not play it, as it turns out.
Hi, I'm Randy from Gearbox. Borderlands 4, our
damn
upcoming
it.
flagship Borderlands game.
I'm Randy
will
from
launch
Gearbox.
on Nintendo Switch 2.
There's our podcast title.
Borderlands is back. Loot and shoot your way through a world filled with wild enemies and outrageous weapons. We're still in development, and it's already the most ambitious Borderlands game we've ever made. Borderlands 4 will
They're gonna
launch
fix
in
the writing, so I was gonna
2025.
just dump bullshit
We'll be
internet
showing a lot
jokes.
of the game in the months ahead, and there's more from 2K on the way.
Hi, I'm Dennis Shirk from Firaxis Games. We're releasing a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Sid Meier's Civilization 7.
The mouse for this.
Yeah.
In Civ 7, you'll establish an empire and guide your people throughout the ages of history. With the new mouse controls, players
There
can
you go.
enjoy a more intuitive gameplay experience.
I was wondering like
Civ 7
what
launches
coding
on the same
differences
day
there
as
would be
Switch
for
2.
the Switch 2 mouse
And if you
versus the
already
normal
own the
mouse,
Nintendo
if there
Switch
are any.
version, you can experience
Well,
mouse
as long as you've
controls
got
on
two
Switch
buttons,
2
you've got left and
by
right, you
purchasing
can
the
move
upgrade.
around.
It should be exactly the same.
Pretty much exactly the same.
And we
Yeah.
have even more news from 2K.
Hi, I'm Lionel Jinks.
And I'm Ben Bishop.
Our final announcement for today is that
NBA.
WWE 2K
Oh, fuck you.
is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
Plus NBA 2K as well.
Of course it is.
We can't wait to see you in the ring.
And on the court.
Wait, did they have the black dude say NBA?
4 kids by this old tattered man. Off they went armed with nothing but youthful enthusiasm and a profound lack of preparation. Boom! Terrible at steering a raft. Let's slay some trees. Awesome! You nailed it!
Get crafty.
Hook, line and sinker.
Right.
Tastes amazing, doesn't it? Really have started to master this survival thing. Next stop, the top. Ha! Nicely done. Well, I think that's everything. Let's set sail. This time...
There's a big turtle!
Boom.
Hi, I'm Dave Crooks from Dodge Roll. Here's the first look at Enter the Gungeon 2. Dodge countless bullets and aim for the Gungeon's depths in our roguelike shooter sequel. Now reloaded in a new 3D art style. You can expect some fan-favorite elements to return. We're still working on the game.
Fuck
We're
me.
excited to share more with you in the future.
I wonder if that's stranded away you can play single player or not. That carrot looks cool. Oh, Astroneer. I can't remember if they announced 2 for this.
With the expanded hardware, all the games that have been not on the platform for 5 or 6 years can now come to the platform. So that's the sort of thing.
There's a lot of Astroneer dudes here.
Yeah, I'm not curious about it.
Maybe it is a 2.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's
Oh, actually, Expeditions. Okay.
I think I've seen that on PC stuff as well mentioned.
Hello, my name is Adam Badowski from CD Projekt Red. We are delighted to bring the immersive world of the dark future to Nintendo players for the first time. Cyberpunk 2077 is an open-world action-adventure RPG set in Night City. Thanks to Nintendo Switch 2, you can transport yourself to the City of Dreams at home or on the go. Get ready to meet unforgettable characters and discover engaging stories when Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition comes to Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day.
Has anything been said about ray tracing in this thing yet?
任天堂スイッチ2でファイナルファンタジー7リメイクインターグレードを発売いたします。
Curious how Cyberpunk runs on a Switch 2.
ミッドガル脱出までを描いた3部作シリーズの1作目となり、20年以上の時を経て再創作された新しい FF7 を体験いただきます。スイッチ2で展開する FF7 リメイクシリーズにぜひご期待ください。
Yeah. And everyone collectively loses their shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
The improved hardware means more games can come to it that weren't available before, so kind of makes sense. It's still a list of all those games coming to the platform.
thought it was about to say Fast and Furious Future Edition or some shit. I was like, wait, what? That's the game from the developers of the Little Nightmares series, I think. Oh, god damn it, of course it was. Wait, a new Professor Layton? I'm not smart enough for those games, I don't think. I love that Human Fall Flat 2 was the last game they showed there.
We've shown a lot of games so far. The next game will be the last from our publishing and development partners. Please take a look.
This does not look like a regular Nintendo Switch game.
I'd peg this as like a Resident Evil something, maybe.
My blood.
That
I give
looks
you
really weird.
My life.
Creepy.
Like AI has gone all winky and wonky on it.
Turn. A wheel.
At least they haven't mentioned the letters AI.
No, true.
I'll give them that.
Of moonlight.
Oh shit!
To humanity's very dusk.
That seems unpleasant. Oh no, I know what this is.
Oh, okay.
I accidentally saw headlines for this and didn't click through on any of them, but I know what this is. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's borderline meaningless to say at this point, but fuck, these games look good. Hello. Alright, that's pretty rad. Big fucked up Big Ben. Alright, Majora's Mask. This looks like a From game.
There's something fighting yet, but yeah, it's not from the distribution perspective, it looks like a From game.
Yeah, the music as well.
Music and the art style.
Sort of semi-gothic, Victorian gothic aesthetic. Guns!
Carrier of blood.
Oh, that looks fucked. Hey, it's like a horse. Wait, what?
What?
What the fuck just happened? I was like, okay, yeah, this is pretty. Wait, they turned into a dinosaur. That's Circle Blade's cool.
The moon tears will flow for one, and one alone.
Is that announcement? Is that an announcement for this game? Was in this direct? Like, okay.
Yep.
Okay, 2026. Yeah, okay. Available only on Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
What you just
That's
saw was a
exclusive.
brand new game by From Software.
Really?
We'll be publishing a creator's voice article where the game's director, Hidetaka Miyazaki, will share more details about the game. So please check it out when it's available.
Oh,
That's all
fuck,
from our
it's being
publishing and
published by
development
Nintendo.
We We'd like to thank the developers who appeared today, as well as our publishing and development partners who prepared footage for this presentation. In addition to what you saw today, our partners are working on many games coming to Nintendo Switch 2. We'll showcase more games in the future, so we hope you're looking forward to it. Next, please take a look at this.
I love how I said this is going to be our last game announcement, and then they've got another game announcement.
No, they said that was going to be the last one from our partners.
Oh, yeah, good point. Okay. Yes, let's look at Kirby's ass. Whoa! Hey?
It is, okay, Kirby Air Ride, okay. Why does this? Okay, fair enough.
Since when was Kirby blue? They finally let that poor bastard do something other than Smash.
Kirby Air Ride, which originally released on the Nintendo GameCube system over 20 years ago, is getting a brand new game. We hope you're looking forward to Kirby Air Riders, directed by Masahiro Sakurai. Next is our last trailer for today. Please take a look.
He's got braces. Wait, what? Hang on. Okay, so it's not maybe entirely fully destructible, but then it looks like it. The Lady Donkey Kong.
That was a brand new 3D platforming action game starring Donkey Kong, called Donkey Kong Bonanza. With incredible strength, smash through enemies, walls, the ground.
I'm so curious how destructible everything is.
Could he do it there? Could he do it?
More details will be shared in the future.
Or is it just in
We
certain
hope you're
areas
looking
he can do
forward to it.
Because the game allows him to do it.
Thank you for watching so far.
To recap, Nintendo Switch 2 launches on June 5th. Finally, here are the hardware options that will be available at launch. We'll release Nintendo Switch 2, as well as a bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World. For more details, please check the official Nintendo Switch 2 website, which goes live later today.
We've covered a lot of information, but that's all we have to share for today.
You'll have to wait just a bit longer for launch. We are very much looking forward to everyone being able to experience Nintendo Switch 2.
We appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you very much.
So there was one thing that they didn't mention in that. Anyway, I get distracted by the funky music. There was one thing they didn't mention in that, and it's the monies. JB has pre-orders available.
Mm-hmm.
Shit ain't fucking cheap.
But it isn't.
You know that bundle they talked about with Super Mario Kart World?
Mm-hmm.
$769.
But have they actually announced any pricing at all for any reason?
No, there's pricing on. That's what I'm saying. There's pricing on the JB website.
Yeah, no, but have Nintendo announced it?
Oh, I think they did on that Nintendo Switch 2 site after the fact. There we go. Nintendo Switch 2 official site. Yeah. On the Switch 2 website, SRP $699.95 for the Switch 2 on its own, $769.95 for the Mario Kart World bundle.
And that's from Australian Nintendo price.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So $700 for the console on its own, or basically $770. So the prices that JB has on the games are $104. So you're saving about $30 on Mario Kart World.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And things like Tears of the Kingdom, $104. Switch Breath of the Wild, $104.
So what? Just curiosity. I've not looked at this in ages. What does? So let's just quickly go here for a second. Yeah. So okay. So Switch. Yeah, I'm looking at the big games. They've also got the camera. That's at $70.
It's not bad for a camera.
Switch to Pro controllers, $120. As you said, all those games are 110. Mind you, Mario Kart World on its own is 120.
Fuck.
A 256 gig micro SD card, Nintendo Switch 2 memory card is 80. How does that compare to an actual price?
Micro SD?
Actual XD with those without it being Nintendo branded.
$22 for a 128.
Yeah, so go find a 256 SanDisk. This is SanDisk branded one.
Yeah.
So what does a normal SanDisk branded one actually cost?
Let me see. The Extreme is $43. You can get a 512 for $77.
Yeah, so I'm comparing 256, so that's all we can compare to. So what's so you said about $40 for a SanDisk.
Yep.
Yeah, so they're charging double the price for it being Nintendo branded, which is insane.
Which
you'd have to maybe they can use non-Nintendo branded ones, but you'd like to think you can, but who knows?
The way they were talking about, like, it seemed like they're doing stuff where, like with the PlayStation SSD expansion, where you can only use like I think it's PCIe 4 SSDs or something like that, and it has to have a specific transfer speed. I think the micro SD card for the Switch 2 must have like some weird like processing, like laneways and shit in it. I don't know, but certainly I mean, that's how much a fucking PlayStation costs.
That's what I was actually going to DB Games to check in the first place. But if we go look at a PlayStation 5 that's just
not a Pro.
Not a Pro, so we just go grab a normal PlayStation 5. That's $770. You can even get one a bit cheaper than that. So then we go to the PlayStation 5 Pro that you get into the double, the $1,000 range. But and then I'm guessing not that I looked either. Let's look at what a 1 terabyte Series X is $700. So they're basically pricing this thing at basically the same price.
Parity with the other two.
As current consoles.
Yeah.
Well, not even current. They're 5 years old. The current ones from Sony and Microsoft. So I'm not sure that's worth it.
There's also like specs wise, what is it?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I don't know. I mean, it's got to be reasonably powerful to do what they're claiming.
I think I did see.
To do one of your questions, Nintendo Switch Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter. It's $45.
Yep, they're probably not including that. I guarantee it.
Yep. Looking at the box for the console, I don't think it would fit in it.
Yeah, probably not. No official details on CPU or GPU.
Yeah, there's nothing on the Nintendo side at all about what they're talking about either.
No,
what's in the hardware.
There won't be.
It's just basically got the two SKUs available. Yeah, without Mario Kart with.
Based on a previous leak of a prototype Switch 2 motherboard, the best current info is that it's an NVIDIA chip derived from an automotive ASIC and known as T239. According to that analysis, it's built on Samsung 8nm technology and is related in GPU terms to NVIDIA's 30 series.
Which isn't bad. Like, that's decent. Yeah.
Fewer cores than a 3050. So it's got 1536 CUDA cores.
CUDA cores, yeah.
Yeah. 3050 has 3072. 3050 has 2560 cores, and the 4060 has 3072. But I mean, this PC Gamer article it's speculation. They're saying it's a massive boost over the 256 Maxwell era cores. Well, yeah, no fucking shit. But like, you can get a fucking Steam Deck for basically the same price. Like,
yeah, I'm curious about what.
You can get a Steam Deck for $649.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. What's the price in America for this thing?
It's a $450.
Okay, so $450. So you do the standard Australian conversion. Just curious what the markups what it's been. So 450 converts to $745. So it's actually not too bad. Okay. It's only $50.
So
Australia tax is only $50. Excellent.
And like, there's also obviously all the talk about the recently announced tariffs in the States and all that sort of stuff, which how much does that impact it in 6 months to a year, depending on what old mate fuckface does.
Man, that's importing into the United States.
Yeah.
So these things should be directly imported from where they're made, which isn't in the United States.
No, it is not.
Into Australia directly. It shouldn't be going from where it's made to America then shipped to us.
Yeah.
Which obviously would be ridiculous pricing. So
I think completely unrelated.
Those tariffs shouldn't make a big difference to this per se, but the problem is the unknown nature of what those announcements are going to do. Ultimately, it's a flow-on effect from those announcements rather than a direct reaction to it.
And when you have someone who has the temperament of a fucking wet cat making economic decisions on a whim, like Nvidia's apparently getting allowances on the Taiwanese tariffs that he's announced, but what does that actually achieve? But at this stage, like you said, it's actually technically cheaper in America than it is in Australia based on the exchange rate.
Yeah, I mean it's 50. Like if it was just a direct relationship, the Australian exchange rate, it would be
$50 cheaper.
$50 cheaper. But I'm already reading an article here on Polygon saying Nintendo has delayed pre-orders in the United States for the Switch 2 in response to sweeping tariffs outlined by the Trump administration.
Yeah.
$490.
$450. Sorry, yeah.
So Switch 2 release date is still set for June 5.
But pre-orders in the US are hard to pin down because of
that's the thing. So Trump
pre-orders are available in Australia. I will say that.
Yeah. So Nintendo announced that setting up a price of $450 Australian, $450 American.
Yep.
A few years later, Trump did Trump.
Yep.
Trump hit China with an additional 34% duty on Wednesday. Hit Vietnam, where Nintendo's moved some of its production with a 46% tariff.
Yeah.
That could mean that switches to already expensive price tag. So they're already saying it's expensive even in America, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Could have got up even further. So the headline literally says that the byline could say proposed tariffs could raise prices nearly 50% in America. So that's like because the Trump,
so what flow on does that have for the rest of the world?
No, who knows? That's the thing. That's what we just don't know because those are the import tariffs played by American importers. They don't affect the price that the thing's made for.
Yeah, which it shouldn't.
But yeah, who knows? Who knows what that actually means?
Because wasn't it during his last presidency where he upped tariffs on stuff and then Sony upped the price on the PlayStation 5 worldwide by like $50 ish? I seem to remember something along those lines.
No, that's not been out since the PlayStation 5's only been out for 5 years.
Good call. You're right.
So it's only that was a pandemic thing because all the supply chain stuff caused that.
Yes,
that was a supply chain reason.
Oh fuck me! Remember how much of a pain in the ass it was to even see PlayStation 5s in stock during that?
I'm a little bit underwhelmed, if I'm honest. The platform itself looks neat. That chat stuff actually does look pretty cool.
Assuming the microphone isn't just a complete piece of shit.
Assuming it can actually do what they're claiming it can do.
Yeah. That's a big fucking claims on that microphone.
It's a big claim on that microphone can do it. The games don't, as I said at the beginning of the show here, the games aren't that big of appeal to me. But there's nothing there that I would think you have to go and buy a Switch for when it comes out. There's nothing there at all. There's no
Mario Kart World looks pretty cool.
Mario Kart World looks cool, but then you can go and play Forza Horizon and still get the same. Not the same experience, but you've got the same sort of concept.
Most people would generally buy a Switch 2 as either their secondary or tertiary console because it's the thing you buy to play Nintendo's games.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And like they've always been classically underpowered, at least for the last 4 or 5 hardware generations.
Yeah.
Sold out the arse.
Yeah.
Despite that, and despite the obvious hardware deficiencies, even a year into the Switch's launch. But like when you think about what's going to be available at the Switch launch for games that don't already exist on the Switch, so aren't those Switch 2 DLCs basically? It's Mario Kart World on launch and that's it.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong's like a month later. And then I think that's all they showed from a quote unquote Nintendo perspective.
Yeah, so Mario Kart's the only new release that's available on launch.
Bang on launch.
You've got your Nintendo Switch editions, of the two previous Zelda games on launch.
So
you've
there
got
was
Street Fighter 6 on launch.
Yep.
You've got Bravely Default on launch. You've got
fuck that.
You've got Kirby. That's August. You've got the Super Mario Party theme. That's also July. In other words, you got Cyberpunk 2077. That's at launch. And that's it. Like, yeah, as you said, first party is just Mario Kart only.
So the two Zelda Switch 2 upgrades, you actually apparently get them for free with the Switch Online Plus expansion pack.
Yeah, okay.
Which, that would have been fucking fantastic for them to announce that during that thing.
Yeah. I don't think they did. I just mentioned.
No, they did not.
Yeah.
Because like Kirby and Mario Party makes sense to pay extra for because you're essentially getting DLC for it.
Mm.
But to turn around and say, hey, give us however many fucking dollars for whatever the upgrade cost is if you don't have the expansion pass on Switch Online.
Mm.
It's an interesting tactic to say the least.
Yeah.
Because fucking hell. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I didn't buy a Switch on launch.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's very much for as much as they said, they also sort of said painfully little as well.
Yeah, I mean they went through what the hardware, the features of the console were, the chat stuff, that mouse thing, which I'm intrigued by the mouse thing. I'd like to see some reviews of that, of a game using that to see what it's really like.
Because who's actually sitting at a hard service generally to play console games?
Yeah, I mean the thing that's about that, like you look at the design of the Joy-Cons, they're not a mouse. They're thin and they're high, whereas a mouse is something you put your entire hand on,
and it's relatively wide.
Relatively wide, so it's got enough thing there. But this is a narrow thing. So I have to imagine that using that, like this,
it'd be very small.
It's going to be very uncomfortable after a while. So I don't think it's going to be something you'd necessarily be playing for hours on end like you could do with a proper mouse game. So, like, I think that's an interesting design idea and a hardware thing, but I'm not too sure it's the thing. Like, I think they could have done without that. I think is probably where I'm coming from. They probably could have spent a bit more time.
I don't know, man. There's that game where it shows all the mouse shit off and everything for you that you have to pay for.
Yeah.
Fucking hardware tech demos that you end up fucking paying for, whereas Sony puts Astro's Playroom, which is essentially the same thing, but way more together, way deeper.
Yeah.
Playroom was a legitimate game that was also a tech demo, and you got that shit for free.
So what was that thing that they called it? What was that thing? The Nintendo. I'm curious what are they charging for it? That's what I'm curious about.
Switch 2.
Was it on digital
tech
something?
Demo.
What was it actually called?
Welcome tour. Oh, get fucked. Oh, hang on. No. Okay. No. All right. CNET. They haven't announced the price on it yet, I don't think.
Okay.
The reason I said get fucked was I saw like Sony. There was the top item when I look up Switch 2 tech demo. Nintendo announced a Switch 2 welcome tour. I paid ... They did, and then there's a comment underneath it from someone, which I'm assuming it's a comment from someone. They did the same thing with 1-2 Switch. That's a $50 tech demo, and people bought it. Which, look, I mean, they're not wrong, but fucking hell. So every console will have an Astrobot tech demo now? Well, if they're as good as that, sure. Oh, here we go. This is from NintendoLife.com. Welcome Tour will be, according to the official Japanese website, Welcome Tour will be priced at 990 yen, which converts approximately to $6.12, £4.65.
So you convert that if you just do a straight
about $10.
No, way more than that for pounds. You're doubling it minimum.
No, I meant from yen to Australian.
Oh, from yen. No, I was talking about. You just meant the pounds thing. I was converting that.
So let's see. What did I say? $9.90, didn't I?
Mm.
XE has $11.
Yeah, okay.
About $11.20.
So that's actually going to be 20. It'll be 15 at least.
for what is essentially a bunch of tech demo
mini games. It wasn't
mini
even
games.
a tech demo. I don't think it was that. It wasn't even a tech demo. It was literally saying, walk up to this thing and I'll tell you what the hardware does.
Mm.
It wasn't even a tech demo. It wasn't even.
Oh no, there were the different tech demo mini games that they showed off for it as well, because this is a digital experience that acts as an expanded tech demo, letting you try out various functions of the console via mini games.
Okay, so it is okay.
I'll be honest, because I watched the direct from last week where they were basically like, "Hey, this is the end of life Nintendo Switch Direct." They didn't say it that way, but they may as well have.
Mm-hmm.
That fucking thing was way more interesting and showed way cooler shit than this did.
Yeah, well, I mean, the difference is that more of a game focused thing, whereas this is obviously hardware focused. So I can see that to a degree, but yeah, I mean, I just think there's some of the I think for a new console's release, they should have had more games that would.
Oh fuck yeah!
That would have just having a Mario Kart game. Like, where's the next Mario game? Like Mario.
Period. Not even 3D Mario.
Yeah, just where's the next Mario Odyssey style game that they had from the launch of the Switch?
Well, they're apparently doing tree houses in the next couple of weeks.
Well, they did this one a couple of days ago.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Switch 2. Oh, Nintendo Switch 2 gameplay videos. Day 2 gameplay videos. Which they only showed off games that they'd already announced.
Yeah, they weren't going to announce new ones in that thing. Why would they do that? That'd be ridiculous.
Would have been nice for them too. Get people to watch. That fucking Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD remaster. So is that like a spin-off of Bravely Default, or is that something else?
Not too sure.
Knockout Tour. Welcome to Oh wait. Oh no, this is the Treehouse thing. They showed off some Switch 2 game. Okay. Yeah, no, it's just some gameplay shit mostly. Yeah. That's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. That fucking. I mean, Mario Kart World looks pretty rad, but it's not fucking $770 fucking rad.
That's what I mean. Like that, as I was saying, there's nothing in that. There's nothing in there. Nothing in what they showed off that says I must go and buy a Switch so I can play that.
Fuck no.
There's just nothing there. Having said that, there was nothing there for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox, so there's nothing on that front either. When they came out, from what I can remember.
You got a Series X on launch, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but that's just because that's what I've always done, sort of thing.
Yeah, just to get one, just to have it.
Just to have one.
Yeah.
But like the Donkey Kong game at the end there, that looked pretty neat. Again,
I have a lot of questions about it though. Still
curious about what that world destruction stuff is really like.
Yeah, that's the main one, the destructibility stuff.
Yeah, like where that actually comes from. But I'm just trying to look through the rest of. I'm really surprised that From Software game is exclusive to the Switch. Did you say it was exclusive or timed exclusive?
No, it's exclusive. Nintendo's publishing it.
Okay, they're publishing it, so that's not going to come onto the other platforms. Nope. Okay, so that Deltarune thing we looked at, that's coming to other platforms as well.
Yep. Chapter 1 and 2 for Deltarune's already out. Okay. It's been out for a good couple of years at this point.
No, a bit underwhelming, but yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued by, in the real world, how that chat stuff actually goes. That's probably the thing I'm really interested about. But I'm not gonna buy a Switch to find that out clearly. But there'll be no doubt there'll be reviewers and stuff that I trust and believe that we'll get one and then be able to go through. But it's an odd thing. to put a little pissy microphone in the damn console itself, and
Yeah.
then claim that with the console being 3 meters away from you, it's going to pick up all the noise clearly and precisely.
Yeah, that noise. How that noise isolation shit's gonna fucking work, I don't even remotely know because not that well, I've asked you this plenty of times. The aircon hitting the microphone, how much it comes through to your end. But when I'm on OBS and I'm like looking at it, I can still hear see the meter on OBS flickering like it can hit it. And this is the close from a headset mic. Apparently, this is probably marketing spin. This microphone I've got on this headset, the SteelSeries AT-H50 or whatever, is the closest thing to a broadcast microphone on a headset.
Sounds like marketing PR, but yeah, keep going.
It does indeed. But if you're going to tell me that the microphone on the Nintendo Switch is better than this,
or no, not even better, equal to,
get fucked.
Yeah, very surprised.
You're talking about a microphone that's maybe coming to being on par with that Blue Yeti we used to use.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, mind you, the Blue Yeti's fucking awesome.
Those things were industry standards for a long fucking time.
They were really, really good mics. So even
a lot of people still use them.
I don't think it'd even match that, to be honest. I'd be surprised if it can match that.
No.
So yeah, I don't. Yeah,
so
that seems a bit of a stretch, that one, but yeah.
This is there's just one part on where they talked about the Switch 2 not necessarily working. The original Switch games maybe not working on the Switch 2. Two things. A hardware director, Takahiro Dota, described the solution somewhere in between a software emulator and hardware compatibility. So there are some features added to Switch games when on a Switch 2, like Game Chat. As of April 2025, of the 122 Nintendo-developed games tested, all were found to be compatible except the Nintendo Labo VR kit.
It kind of makes sense because it's got that VR.
Absolutely, it does. Nintendo also announced that 20% of over 15,000 third-party developed games had no compatibility issues. With the remaining third-party games requiring more testing or had issues Nintendo was continuing to work on. Close to 190 games had known issues. Considering the fucking shovelware dumping ground that the Switch store is for just fucking hot trash, I would wager that of that 15,000, they probably want to make sure a good 1,500 are working properly.
All you got to do is get the ones that actually people are going to actually fucking.
The ones that are worth the shit.
What's actually worth playing and buying?
Yeah. I am kind of stunned that realistically all they're going to have.
Well, they've got
at
one
launch.
They've got one new game at launch.
Yeah. Because that Dusk Bloods is like a 2026 game.
Yeah, exactly. And even the updated existing games aren't at launch. But they're
some of them are.
Some of them are, but yeah, it's odd.
Apparently, yeah. Did you say Kirby wasn't at launch?
I don't think it was. I think it was a bit later. Let's just have a look. Check that one.
No, you're right. 28th of August.
It's August. Even the Donkey Kong is July. If it's June to July, surely it can be ready with a month quicker and make it on launch. That just seems like a really weird thing to be 5 weeks behind your release of your hardware.
We talk about not wanting studios to crunch and shit like that to be able to.
No.
Part I'm not.
No, Nintendo Switch could have. They've got the entire thing under their control.
Yeah.
They just slipped to make the release date July 17th.
Yes.
To match Donkey Kong.
That fucking thing does not need to come out June 2nd.
No, it does not.
No.
So, that's an odd one as well. So, anyway,
I think that phrase, "that's an odd one" as well, kind of applies to fucking almost everything about this goddamn motherfucking thing.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah, I'm interested in how that chat stuff works. I'm really interested in how that mouse thing goes. But that's all the extension is. That the rest of that, I'm curious about the actual hardware specs, what they've actually put inside this thing. And I'm also
if they're putting Cyberpunk on that fucking thing,
yeah, it's obviously got to be something half
what's
decent.
it equivalent to?
Yeah. And also curious what they've put in that dock to do their 4K claiming that they've claimed as well. Was it upscaling or is there actual hardware in there to do the upscaling or whatever they're doing with it? So, yeah.
There's a lot of questions.
Yeah, and I assume at some
Typically,
point they'll do another direct that's more hardware focused, more technical. I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't.
I can't see it.
Yeah.
Like you said, most of the core audience is not even going to fucking understand any of the shit they talk about on that tip.
At some point they'll put it out as a something, but it
a readme or a FAQ or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Just come out as.
Or it'll come out at launch. Motherfuckers on YouTube will just break it down, take it apart, and go, "This is what it is. This is what it's equivalent to."
Yeah. But no, it's interesting.
Score it out of 10.
What am I scoring? The presentation or the console?
The presentation.
The presentation was actually halfway decent. It flowed well. I'd probably give it a 7 or an 8.
Whoa.
The actual presentation, ignoring the content. That's what I'm getting at.
That's
why I asked you what am I scoring?
Yeah, okay. Let's bring the content in.
Then it's down to a 3 or 4 for me.
I was going to say 4.
Yeah, the content.
Nintendo is very slick presentation. They do that shit really well.
Really well.
But fuck.
But there's nothing. There's just nothing there that intrigues me.
No.
That makes me go, I should go buy that for that thing. So yeah.
All
right, cool. I think that'll wrap it up.
Indeed it will. So that was our talking over of the Nintendo Switch 2 Nintendo Direct from Wednesday. We might maybe touch on it a little bit on the podcast. Maybe.
We may do.
But like I said, the Switch Direct from the week before, way more fucking interesting. So yeah, just usuals. Check us out on the YouTube. Follow us on Facebook. That's mainly the only social network I even fucking use anymore. And even then, I'm starting to get fucked off with that thing. And twitch.tv/Enemy Starship for when I do streaming and stuff like that, which I'll be doing one of those at the time of recording in a couple of hours. Graham Banks.
Yo, good.
Thank you for taking your time out of renovating and painting to talk over the Switch 2 Direct.
It was all good.
And we'll see you on the next thing, whatever that may be. Bye.
Bye.